DEBx, amplifying voices, accelerating change.
Please help me welcome to the DEBx stage, John McKearney.
On April 23rd, 2018, I walked in to check on my wife, Delisa, and found her dead. It wasn't sudden. In fact, it was expected. She had been terminally ill with brain cancer. Well, I knew that I would miss her dearly. Interestingly, upon her passing, I didn't fall apart. I didn't cry. I didn't allow my sadness to show. Instead, I composed myself. There's no time for feelings. I knew I needed to be strong. The evening Delisa died, people came over to be with me. And while I appreciated the love they were sharing, I wanted to be alone. As long as people were there, I felt as if I had to maintain my composure, to be a man, and show them that everything was okay, whatever that means. When the guests all left, I finally allowed myself to cry, and it felt good. But when I woke up the next morning, I was empty. I had nothing to do. My whole routine had been upset. So I went grocery shopping. That was my way of telling myself and showing others that I'm okay. I'm really good. Isn't that what you do? You know, man up. You see, in my logic, if I looked and acted normal, people would not try to fix me and they would feel comfortable around me. That was my Academy Award-winning performance to prove that I was okay, defending against needing to be fixed. Looking back at this, I wonder, where did that man-up thought come from? Here I was with the most important person in my life, now dead, and my first thoughts were, don't shed tears, don't show emotion. I guess it's not surprising given that I grew up in a non-emotional family. We rarely cried at sad events and are stoic when people die. It also didn't help that I grew up in a generation where the prevailing unspoken rule was, men don't show emotion, they man up. But when you really think about it, it makes no sense. We somehow feel free to experience happiness from joyous events, like when a child is born. Yet we can't seem to allow ourselves to be sad and show emotion when someone dies. It seems like the stereotypical negative emotions like sadness and fear get the short end of the stick. What's wrong with sadness? I'm pretty sure everyone here is going to die someday, so it's not like death is an unusual event. But even with it being so common, it seems like as if we can never quite figure out how to effectively deal with it and the grieving that comes along with it. There's no instruction manual on how we're supposed to feel, so instead, many of us simply choose not to. Grief is defined as the conflict in feelings caused by an end or change in a familiar pattern or behavior. It's when life as we know and grow comfortable with ceases to exist, and we get to experience all the emotions that go with it. Grief typically occurs with death, a major breakup, or a big financial change. And whether we like it or not, we will most likely face at least one of these challenges at some point in our life. So, how do you grieve? If you're like me, your automatic first response is to suppress your emotions. And if this is what you're doing, there is a good chance that you are adding more anguish to your life. Research has shown that emotional suppression may impact everything from sleep to weight gain to digestive problems and high blood pressure. Did you know suppressing our emotion can even cause wrinkles? That should be enough incentive to find a way to feel. Do you allow yourself room to grieve? Or do you deny your feelings? I'm guessing we feel this swirl of emotion when grief hits. So it seems pointless to pretend that we don't. Allow yourself to cry, get angry, or feel whatever emotion you need to feel, as that is the most effective short-term and long-term solution for dealing with your grief. Knowing Delisa was going to die was difficult, but it taught me a powerful lesson: the value of feeling and sharing all of our emotions. This was a lesson I had apparently forgotten after her death. You see, throughout our entire relationship, Delisa would encourage me to share my feelings, especially the difficult ones. And near the end, there weren't any feelings. She was knocking on death's door, and I did not want to add to her misery by letting her know that I'd hurt. But she always encouraged me to freely express my emotion. She wanted to enjoy all of me, not just what I considered to be the good stuff. To her, it was all good. Seeing it that way, I was willing to let go. And wouldn't you know, while we only had 3 short years together, they were some of the most meaningful of my life. Soon before her death, I overheard her bragging to a friend, "John is a great guy. It has taken me 50 years to find somebody who loves me as much as I love him." That wouldn't have happened had we not shared all of our feelings. And yes, even the bad stuff. Remembering the principles that made our relationship great helped me get through the grieving process and attain closure. Now, I feel like a real man, someone who owns and freely expresses his emotions. I recognize that I have sad moments, and I have happy moments when I think of Delisa. I still cry when I think about her. However, most of the time when I cry, it's happy tears. And when I get done crying, I feel really good. So when I'm sad, I cry. And because of that, I can now say that I have manned up. Thank you.